my heart chokes. Like Midas, everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like it's a little word. Yeah, every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it bright, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me. In a way I never understood. In every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get you. Yeah, it's all about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me, yeah. In a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know I get you. When the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in, lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together, and just like that, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine.
Welcome to the show, everybody is Dee. I'm glad you're here, let's get into some things. I hope you're ready, cause this is what I do. It's all about different perspectives in here, where you gon' get the real, no BS in here. We keep it real as we can. You can tell your truth and feel comfortable here. DeeDee's reactions, videos and live things. DeeDee's reactions, she's about to put on a show. These reactions, just to let you know, like share, subscribe, we about to go live. It's DeeDee's reactions, keep it real, keep it DeeDee's reactions. What you gon' do? DeeDee's reactions, we about to go live. Subscribe, we about to go live. It's DeeDee's reactions.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope y'all are doing well. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching, and everybody who supports the channel. I appreciate you guys. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and thumbs up the stream as you come into the building. Also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, but you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, y'all. Make sure you go and support in that way. Also, if you want to support the channel and have your questions or comments read, make sure you support via Super Chat or Cash App, you guys. That definitely helps the channel to grow. So shout out to y'all. Happy Tuesday. I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, we're going to jump right into this live stream. As you come into the building, hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. I appreciate all of you guys who are in the building and everybody watching. Hope you guys are doing well. So as you see the title, the title says you're too ghetto for a high value man, plus woman wants to feel pink plus more. So I definitely want to chime in on this because some of this stuff just makes me laugh, y'all. It's hilarious, the things that I see, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So we gonna hop right into it. Listen, as you come into the building, hit the thumbs up button. Also, go ahead and quickly put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. And then we're gonna proceed to get into the live stream. So I hope y'all are doing well. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all are enjoying your evening. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. So, we gonna hop into the first clip. Now, this clip, listen, it comes from Ashley. You know, shout out to Ashley. You know, we cover her content over here. Shout out to her because she had this, I think, 25-year-old on her podcast. And I just want to get into the video and also what people were saying in the comments about this particular woman and what she's asking for, what she's looking for, and the advice that Ashley gave her. So make sure you chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this for y'all. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. Here we go.
So you're saying that in order to speak with a dude of a certain decorum, I would have to like bring it down a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't be outgoing. I'm not saying you can't be bubbly, but we have to take the edge off. We can't be ghetto. I'm going to say it plain. Oh! Hello, me. Welcome in, beauty.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, wait, hold on. Huh? Wait, camera.
Press save.
Hi.
Hi, me. Welcome in.
Hey.
Hi. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes, I don't mind.
All right. What brings you up?
Okay, so I don't have a problem like as far as like dressing or anything like that. My concern is I just want the honest truth. So I'm 25 and just like, okay, yeah, I have this foundation. I got the car, I got the crib, I got the, the credit, I got everything, all of that, right? I want the fairy tale love. Like, I don't know, like I believe in love.
That's where you mess up right there. I'm sorry. This is where you mess up right there. There's no fairy tale. That's the problem. She's 25. She's young. That's the problem right there. We got to stop being delusional. Y'all know I love to use that word delusional. I love to use the word delusional because I think it's necessary for people to understand that they shouldn't be delusional. That's where everybody goes wrong. There is no fairy tale, boo-boo. There's no fairy tale relationship. That's in movies and make-believe and pretend, made up fiction. That is not reality. There is no fairy tale relationship, period. I don't give a damn what nobody say. There's no fairy tale. That's TV. That's in the, dream world. That's not real. That's where she messed up right there, looking for that fairy tale. And that's something that a lot of women, if they were to be honest, that's something a lot of women have looked for. They thought that they could have this fairy tale, this Prince Charming, this perfect relationship and perfect life, and it doesn't exist. And I think that's where people go wrong, looking for that. That's your first mistake. There is no fairy tale, but let's continue. Let's see what else she says. Let's continue.
Love, and I believe in meeting that person that's for you and stuff, but it's like I keep getting deterred by people. Like, I have people at my job telling me, like, when you get older and you be with someone for so long, mind you, numerous people, when it be so long, you're going to start going out and you're going to start wanting other things. And it's just like, is that what's really going on? Is all the married people and the people that's together for like 15 plus years, like out stepping out on their partners?
Well, I don't think every person is stepping out, but a lot of people may be or are, but I think relationships change because people change. You're not going to be the same person you're now 10 years from now. And when you're in a relationship, you and your partner have to grow together. That's important. But I also think you're thinking too far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You're already down the aisle 10 years into the relationship. Step number 1 is to get out the house, date someone, see if you guys like each other, and then get in a relationship.
Okay, so like,
Yeah, I agree. And once again, being young sometimes and getting the wrong advice can mess you up. It gives you an idea of something you've never experienced, and you go off of that, and you end up not knowing how to pick the right kind of guys, looking for something superficial, and you never find it. And I think you see a lot, not even just 25-year-olds, you see 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old women still looking for that. I need someone to take me shopping. Remember that? Who knows who and what I am at 60 years old, still thinking like that. So it's not just about a 25-year-old, because there are some mature 25-year-olds, believe it or not, versus some of these 40, 50-year-olds. So it really just depends on the person. You can't put everybody in that box, because it's not the same. But I think a lot of these people are getting the wrong advice from the wrong people. No, every married couple is not out here cheating on each other and doing all this reckless stuff. But if you keep coming across people who have those experiences and telling you that information, and you absorbing that, you're going to believe that, even though you have not even had that experience and are nowhere near it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch who you let give you information and tell you certain things. Because people have you going in the wrong direction. And that's what we see a lot in modern dating. A lot of these women of all ages are letting the Bonnie Cruz Sisterhood of America tell them, oh, girl, this is what a man is, and this is what you shouldn't do, and you shouldn't be accepting the bare minimum and all this kind of stuff. And these grown women are just eating that up, and they're not getting the results that they think they should get based off of that information. And they just look stuck and confused, and you don't know how to shift and change your mindset and learn something new. You just kind of stuck in it like, what? Well, I don't know what to do. Should I choose women? Like, they lost in the sauce, y'all. Let's continue.
as far as that, I go out and I seem like I'm pretty approachable and things like that. But it's just like, well, I don't go out a lot. I like being home. But when I do go out, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's just like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't deal with a lot of dudes. Most people that I know that is my age have different dudes, have a roster, they get food out, black show, stuff like that. But I don't, I'm real, chill, real out the way, and I don't have, different dudes. Although I know I know I'm beautiful, I know I'm funny, I know, I smell good personality, all of that. But for some odd reason, it's just like, I don't have that, flow of dudes going on.
Okay, so you're telling me no one's approaching you then?
I mean, they approach me, but it may not be something that I'm interested in.
Okay, so is these like the trapping guys, the hood guys that are approaching?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
And do you really think you're ready right now at this moment in your life for a different type of man? Do you think you're ready? Although I'm not saying you don't have your own money, which you said you do have, your own car, your own money, your own home, which is a major accomplishment, because the average, you are 25, right?
Correct.
25-year-old doesn't have that, right? So that is an accomplishment. However, the way you carry yourself and the way you speak, you have to work on that.
Okay.
Because although you have those things, that the way you speak and carry yourself appeals to those type of men. Hood guys, trapping guys, scam guys. That's what that appeals to. And if you're telling me you want something different, then you're going to get around that guy. And then what if you get nervous? What if you feel like you can't hold a conversation or say certain things? Does that make sense?
So everything comes back to me. Me working on myself, working on my, vocabulary, how I carry myself. I hear this so much. It's just like, I thought
So then something has to change. If you hear it a lot, then something has to change. Because you're telling me you want a different type of guy. If you want a different type of guy, then you can get that guy today. But are you going to be ready to sit down with him and have a conversation?
See, I think it's a common theme, y'all. I think a lot of women think that they got it all together. Like she said, she got a job or whatever she does, and she's decent looking, and she feels like she has it all together. So when women feel like they have it all, just anybody, if you feel like you have it all together, you don't feel like you need to make any changes. You think that you're good the way you are, and any man should be lucky to be with you, which goes back to women believing that they're the prize, right? And so if you believe that you're the prize and you got everything going for you, baby, you ain't trying to, you wonder why they're not chasing. Why the men not chasing you when you clearly got your stuff together? But it doesn't mean that you can't. There's some other things that may be deterring men from approaching you. She sounds like a 25-year-old. She sounds kind of immature. And I mean, and that could be the thing. And not saying that she doesn't know anything. It's just she could come off a little immature to certain men, maybe. I don't know. She looks decent. I don't see anything wrong with her look. Maybe it's what she's saying. We don't know. Like, if you go on a date with a guy, what are you saying? How do you communicate? What do you talk about? Like, there could be many factors that could be deterring men away from her, or it could be just that men have moved away from dating. It could be that men are just not approaching because they're done. They're done. And a lot of these women are asking this very same question. Why aren't men approaching me? Maybe the men are done. Maybe the men have made up in their minds that they're done. They're not interested. And I said, once men make up their minds and decide that, the women are cooked. I said it before. No matter what y'all want, no matter what you got, that's going to be an issue for all our daughters. Our daughters who are out here looking for husbands. I mean, if the men are done and they just say, we're checking out of that, we're going to focus on ourselves. It ain't going to really matter what you look like, what you bring to the table, what you do at that point, because they're looking elsewhere. And that's not going to be good. And I think women didn't add up that cost. They didn't look into that to figure out, how this would look when they distance men, and when they told men the 4B movement and all these things and decentering men, and y'all don't want them and you don't need, like, y'all didn't think about the outcome of that, how that would look. You didn't look at the entire picture. You just did what you did, say what you said, and that was that. Let's continue.
And carry yourself and conduct yourself in a certain manner that you're not typically used to.
I would think so.
I don't think you're ready.
You don't think so?
No, because now the way you're speaking now is calmer. But when you came in, we was a little loud. We was like, we have to work on that. And granted, you're young. You have time.
So
See? You see that squint? You see the squint you just gave me? Mm-hmm. You like, girl, no, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. You giving me that?
No, I mean, though, like, what if someone's personality is more so, like, a bit extra? So you're saying that in order to speak with a dude of a certain decorum, I would have to, like, bring it down a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't be outgoing. I'm not saying you can't be bubbly. But we have to take the edge off. We can't be ghetto. I'm going to say it plain.
Oh!
Okay? We got to work on that.
You can't be ghetto.
We have to take the edge off.
I think she was offended by that.
Ghetto?
We have to take the edge off.
Okay.
Again, I'm not taking away from your accomplishments. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you don't have your own car, your own money, your own this, your own that. Yeah. But if you go outside into the real world and you're telling me, I don't want the guys that I'm attracting now. Mm-hmm. I want a man who went to college, has all these degrees. I want the girls, all the girls are talking about on the internet, that the guy's the 1%. He's making $1 million a year. He has all the cars. He runs in certain circles. I want to be with that guy.
Okay, so quick question before, I log off and everything. What is your definition of ghetto?
Ghetto would be the way our mannerisms are. It would be the way we speak, the way we carry ourselves. That automatically, if we hear something, if we hear the way someone speaks, we automatically know where they came from. That's what I would assume.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, but again, I could be wrong. So you could go out and meet him tomorrow and be in a relationship and get married. But if you're telling me 10 other people told me this, then something has to be true. You said I'm not the first person who said it.
I mean, I feel like any young girl that asks advice about relationships, the first thing everyone is going to say is focus on yourself, love yourself. That's with anybody, not just me. Like, any young girl, that's the first thing anybody would say.
Right.
Love yourself. Pour in your cup. Make sure your cup is full. But what if your cup is full? Then what? A person comes to you, asks you for advice, and their cup is full. Then what?
Yeah, but I told you what you need to do. You have
Yeah, but I mean, look, I think this pour into yourself, your cup is full. It's that new terminology, in my opinion. I'm kind of like from the old school in a sense. The old school for my generation, where if you want a man, you focus on getting a man. All this pour into yourself and making your cup full. Look, you need to you want a man, you got to figure out what a man wants and start doing things to get that man. You already need to be, self-secure or know who you are and know your worth. That starts from, that should be taught to you from your parents, how to be, how to love yourself and all those things. You should already have that. Once you become an adult and you're ready to find a mate, you need to be focused on what you should be and do to get a man, in my opinion, if that's what you want. Because this focusing on yourself just creates a selfish individual. And if a lot of selfish independent people are single. To me, pouring into yourself, and I'm not saying you should neglect yourself and not care for yourself. No, you should care about yourself, take care of yourself, do what you need to do as an adult, for sure. But if you want a man, you need to be focused on trying to get a man. That's the problem. Everybody's focused on themselves and they're pouring into their cups and they're pouring into their cups by themselves. If you want companionship, relationship, marriage, you need to know what is necessary for you to pour into his cup so that he can pour into yours and y'all pour into each other. A relationship takes two. It's about working with each other. It's about working together, a togetherness. We work together hand in hand. Too many people are running out here with this independent mentality, this selfish independent mentality, but they're trying to forge that into a relationship and it doesn't work. Because when you pour into yourself so much, you're only thinking of self. So when it comes to adding somebody to the dynamics, you're confused. You don't know what to do. It's like, wait a minute, this doesn't serve me, so I'm done. And all this kind of stuff that you hear these women saying, it does not work when it comes to a relationship where it takes two people to be willing to sacrifice certain things and work together and bridge their lives together. This whole selfish mentality that a lot of women are being fed to be is hurting when it comes to the relationship dynamic. And so anybody who's selfish and doing everything for themselves, they're going to have a difficult time trying to be in a relationship. It's just what it is. So all this, pouring into your cup and all this stuff and focusing on you. Okay. But do you want a man? Like, what do you like? Do you want to be single or do you want a man? Which one? Because you have to choose and you have to understand what that entails and what that means. What's your part in trying to get a mate? It's not all on the man to prove to you that he's worthy and that he can offer something, but you have to prove what you can offer as well. And you should have standards. You should have expectations. You should have things that you require from a man in a relationship, but so does he. And if y'all are on the same page and y'all can get on that page, then that's how you start to come together to build together. You can build yourself independently, but in order to build with somebody, y'all have to do it together. You can't have two selfish people trying to come into a relationship because it's not going to work. And then you're just like forcing something that you can't do it. This is why a lot of relationships fail, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Let's continue.
have your own things already, but you're telling me I want a certain type of guy. So I'm saying the way you carry yourself and the way you speak has to change. Because you're saying the guys, you are attracting men now, but you don't like those men. You don't like the way they carry themselves. You don't like the way they speak, or you don't like their lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something about them, the way they speak, carry themselves, or how they move, that doesn't appeal to you, right? So what I'm saying is, if this is the only piece you have to change, this is the last piece. You have your own money, you have your own car, you have your own home. That's the hardest part.
Right.
You got that out the way. So all I need to do is maybe go to etiquette classes, learn to speak better. Maybe I need a new group of friends so I can learn new things. Yeah, but it's not just friends. We can't put the weight on other people. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to put the weight on other people, but You have to want to change. Read more. Thank you. Read more.
Mhm.
That's another good tip.
I read, but okay.
See, that's that 25. That's that 25. When a girl's a 25, the thing is, when you're that age, we think we know everything. And
Oh,
that's
that's
gonna
not true.
get in your way. You're gonna get in your own way.
Oh, that's not
I'm
true. I
telling
love words from the wise. I have no problem with listening, and I have no problem with constructive criticism for sure. That's you know. So that's why I appreciate that. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much.
You're
So
welcome so much.
moving along, you said etiquette. As far as the way you carry yourself, and then you will attract a different bracket of men. Is what
Yes, yes.
Well,
And I'm
anything
saying,
but
but here's the thing. I'm saying you can attract him, let's say hypothetically tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
But will you be ready to sit down and have a conversation with him? That's what I'm saying. Consistently.
You said like, would I be intimidated by speaking with a man with a certain?
That you know what? That's even a better question. Would you
Okay.
be? Since you brought that up, I didn't say it, but
Yeah,
since
yeah.
you, would you be? Yes.
So you're asking me?
Yeah. Since you asked
Absolutely
me.
not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay. I think it's easier said than done. You know, because we're on the live. It's easier said than done. If that was the case, how I see it, is you would already be in those spaces as of yesterday. You wouldn't even be going back to the spaces where you don't like those guys. Mm-hmm. You would be at the upper echelon. Oh, I need to go to the Ritz-Carlton. I need to go to the rooftops. I need to hang out with Chad, Brad. Mm-hmm. We would be doing that already.
Okay. So you get out the house more.
Chad
and go do those things. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, doll. All the best. You know, when we're young, we get very defensive, and I was once young, so I get it. I totally get it. I was young once upon a time, and I thought I knew everything in the world. You could not tell me nothing. I totally get it when you're at that age. And especially you add the piece where you have some motion or you got something going for yourself. No one can tell you nothing. You're young and got a little motion.
But that's true. But I mean, once again, you don't have to be just young. We see old women acting that same way. You can't tell them nothing. You see 35, 40, 55, and 65-year-old women. You can't tell them nothing. It's not just about being young. It's about you can't tell them nothing. Everybody thinks they know it all and they don't have the outcomes. We have all of these specialists on social media, all these podcasts of people giving relationship advice, and a lot of them don't even have relationships. We got everybody out here telling people what men want, what women want, what ain't gonna work, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, and this and that and the third. And I ain't gonna say none, but a lot of them don't have what they're talking about. So to me, and I said this before, there's a level of experience that I think you should have when it comes to being the authority on what works for relationships. I think if you know where to go, what to do, how to go about it, I think you should have it. I do. And I know everybody could give advice, but in my personal humble opinion, y'all, I know y'all have heard me say this before. I really do think you should have some experience on your belt or behind, however you say it. You need to have some type of experience. You need to be able to have what you're telling other people. I could tell you, I think marriage is a good thing, and I think marriage is a blessing if you want it, and what you need to do in order to get a marriage and maintain it, because I have it. Damn near 30 years of being with the same man. Have children, a lot of them, built a family. Could tell you the ins and outs, the ups and downs. It's not always pretty. It's not a fairy tale. It's work. It's commitment. It's dedication. It's wanting to be in the marriage, first off. But when you tell people that's not what people want to hear. They want to hear the fairy tale. But then when that fairy tale, they can't get it and it doesn't work, then everybody looking around like, oh my God, it's the men. Just blaming everybody else except for themselves. No, I think a lot of times too, you got to look at the people you look up to, the people you listen to, the people who you take advice from. They can't give you solid information about what it is to have a marriage and a long-term marriage and how to stay in it and how to maneuver that thing through the good and bad, the ups and downs. Like, they can't give you that because they've never experienced this. They can only give you what they believe and what they think and what statistics say and what other people say and what they believe, what they believe. They can't give you any real advice based on solid experience. And I think that says a lot. Now, while you can't take, and take one person's experience and just use that as your full advice, but it can give you some type of hope or some type of basis for what it might take for your relationship, for you to get in a relationship and for it to thrive, versus people who have not gone through it at all and just speculating on what they think and believe and telling you all these things and you still don't get the outcome. But we also have to take into consideration, hey, this is a new day and age. Men are not dating the way they did back in the day. So maybe you have to take a different approach in order to get the attention from a man. And the one thing I said consistently was that I believe that women need to start doing the approaching. We're not in the 1985. We ain't in 2000. We're in 2026. The way you're gonna have to approach dating is you're gonna have to step it up and do something different. Because if these men are not checking on you and they've lost all hope and said, hey, I'm not even approaching, I'm not doing anything. Well, if you really want to get the attention of these men, it's gonna be up to the women. And I said this before. I've said this months ago. Women are gonna have to start making the initiative if you really want to try to get somebody. You're gonna have to really show to this man that you're serious about a relationship and you want him. And you're gonna have to start to step up. This idea of standing back talking about, the men aren't approaching. What's wrong with them? Sitting here asking questions and twiddling your thumbs, like asking the same old questions over and over and over, is not gonna get you a different outcome. Asking why the men don't approach, these men are different. Yeah, because the women are different. This ain't the 90s. This ain't the simp culture. This is not the stepdaddy culture of back yesteryear. These men are moving differently. So y'all gonna have to move differently. This whole mindset that you the prize and you don't approach, y'all gonna have to change that if you really want something, because these men ain't doing it. And so you're going to have to show and prove whether you want to or not. And if you don't want to, well, you don't get nothing. But if you really want, y'all might have to do a little chasing. I'm sorry. Men have had to do the chasing for years. Maybe the women going to have to start doing the chasing. I know they don't want to do that. But if y'all was left out here, you ain't got your husband by now. You 40 years old, baby. You can't sit back thinking that you a passenger princess. I'm sorry. You can't sit back at 40 and 50 and 60 years old and thinking you the prize, honey. If you really want a man, baby, you're going to have to show and prove. And if you don't want one, you're going to just go ahead and be by yourself. That's it, and be happy with that. But I really think women going to have to do the chasing now. And they don't want to do it, well, that's on you. Veteran 0831, thank you for the super chat, says, fan character with eyes wide open, blushing. Thank you, veteran. I appreciate you for the super chat and for the support. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, y'all. Dennis Settle 6611, thank you for the super chat, says, love your content. Thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting with the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. But yeah, I mean, I said it months ago. Women are gonna have to start doing more. You can't sit back here and think that y'all the prizes now, because when the men walk away, y'all, it don't matter what you are. You could be the prize all day. If they don't pick you, child, you just ain't gonna get picked. It is what it is. Perception is reality. 6769 says, for those wanted equality, have to approach now. I think so. Thank you. Perception is reality. I appreciate you for the support. Yeah, I think so. It's a new day. It's a new, how that go? It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. Baby, it's a new day. You can't sit back and expect that it's going to be on the men if the men have checked out. You're going to have to do something to show them that you're interested and that you care. Because y'all created, by the way, women, in my opinion, have created this mess. Y'all said y'all don't need me. Y'all start making money and start losing your damn mind. We don't need no man. When this and that. And we want you, but we don't need you. And we can do this. We can pay all our bills. Okay, now they saying, okay, go pay all your bills. We don't give a damn. We gonna live our life, do our thing, and you can go and pay all your bills and just be by your goddamn self. We're not running. We're not chasing behind you. So now that the men are walking away, now the women are left saying, damn, they were serious. They're not. You're right. What you thought? When they said it, they meant it. They're not like, most men are not like women with the flip-flopping. They make it, from my experience at least, men, you make a decision, they stick with it and they keep it moving. Whatever the consequences are, they deal with that and they move on. Women, we flip-flop, we go back and forth. Women don't move like, men and women are not the same. We don't move the same. And I think a lot of these women have been around these flimsy dudes who was raised by them single mothers who kind of act like their mothers, and y'all used to that, but every man don't move like that. I'm just saying. Thank you for the super chat once again. So, child, y'all gonna have to show and prove that you about it and that you really want the man. Because once you're willing to put in the time and the effort to show him and prove him, then maybe he'll give you a shot. Because now he can understand, oh, damn, she willing to take it that far to be with me. Okay, then maybe I'll give her a shot. The tables have reversed. And, you know, women are out here making jokes about it. Oh, these men are sassy. Oh, my God, they want you to chase them. You damn right. They've had to chase y'all for years while y'all act like you don't want them and run in the other direction. So, shit, they don't need y'all either. They're showing you don't need them and they don't need you. But y'all still want them, see, once the men move on and say they don't need you, they going to move on and they going to ghost out. And y'all going to be looking around, what the hell? Wait a minute. What? You know, and no beauty or the booty is enough to keep them chasing and running behind y'all. And so that's why I said, if you can't use your cooch the way y'all thought y'all could to get everything you wanted, now y'all in a pickle. And now you just sitting here asking dumb questions like they're going to just, you know, start chasing you. No, it's going to affect a lot of women, young, middle-aged, old, all women out here who are trying to date and find somebody. Y'all going to have a hard time unless you willing to put in the work to show that man that you really serious. That's the only way I think it'll work, in my opinion. Let's continue.
No one can tell you anything. But I will say this. People can see you clearer than you can see yourself. Maybe ghetto was the wrong word. It was just the first word that came up. Right? But when we pop, when we click, when we are a bit louder, when we have certain mannerisms, then it will be read a certain way. Okay? It will read a certain way. And it's better that you hear it from me. Because the thing is, you're going to go out into the real world, and when whoever says it, a lot of people hold their tongue. They hold their tongue. So let's not forget the part where I also said she's very accomplished, because I know y'all will run with that part. Let's not forget the part where I said she was accomplished. But if you don't believe me, again, I'm just a girl on the internet. Go out into the real world. Don't believe some girl on TikTok. Head to Fifth Avenue now. Head downtown in your city now. Go. Don't believe anything I said. I can be completely wrong. Leave your house at this moment, put on a dress and heels, and head out. Head out. Because again, I can be wrong. And she can come back and say, you know what? You were wrong. And I'll take accountability for that. But I'm just looking at it from the outside, looking in. And people are saying, oh, I'm not intimidated until you have a seat at the table. It is very different until you have a seat at the table.
You know, I think, and I'm going to be completely honest here, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And no shade to Ashley, trust me, because I think what she does is helpful in ways. The way she, and let me know if y'all agree or disagree. The way Ashley puts it out there is like she's telling to the women, you know, put the dress and the heels on like you're going trying to get like a sugar daddy or something. Am I tripping? Oh no. Am I seeing that wrong? Sometimes it gives me, you going to, when she say, you know, go to Rodale Drive or, you know, Chad and Brad and put your heels in your dress on. It's almost like it's to go find a sugar daddy. And I know some of the women who come on there, they're like, hey, you want a different caliber guy, but does it have to go to that? That's what it gives off. I don't know if am I tripping? Please let me know. I could be wrong. And I'm okay with that. I will accept it. But it's giving me, you going after sugar daddy type old men with the money. And see, that's just not my thing. And I get it. If that's what you want, you want. But I'm more like a decent guy with a good job that wants a family. Like average people is where I'm at. I don't know. Are the women coming on that looking? Because maybe she's saying that because a lot of these women want something superficial that they want. Just because you're getting approached by hood dudes don't mean we go from a hood dude to the Chad and Brad, you know, for the, you know, the sugar daddy type. I don't know. It's giving me that. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I'm getting. And because honestly speaking, in real life, lots of women have gotten their husbands, they didn't have on no dress and no damn heels and all that makeup and all that stuff, to be fair. You go to the grocery store, you know, either you meet, you know, you can meet your husband at your job, you can meet your husband at the store, the post office, you meet somebody, you know, at a cousin's birthday party, somebody you knew of somebody's friend of a friend, like, you know what I mean? Regular everyday things. People end up meeting their husband. But I guess, and I'm just going to assume, because this is no shade, it's just like, oh, you know, you're going to meet the rich sugar daddies, you know what I'm saying? It's something I'm like, and I don't think personally people, now if that's your preference and that's what you want, okay, cool. But if you're just wanting a connection with a guy that's a good guy, it doesn't have to be to the extreme. A good guy doesn't mean go to the most expensive areas of life and look for a man with all the money. That don't mean he could knock your head in between the wash and the goddamn dryer on a daily basis. What? I don't know if there might be a little bit of a miscommunication in that, or maybe that's the way I'm seeing it. I think more should be focused on the quality of the guy, the who the guy is, the mentality of him, you know, his, you know, who he is, what he values, things that, not so much the money. But this is why I tell, you know, speak to the women who always want money. But I could assume too that she's telling them that because they want, I guess, assuming they want the man with the money. This girl says she's getting approached by, you know, more hood guys. But once again, hood. That don't mean what you go put on a dress, a skimpy dress with heels and go taunt yourself out in front of the rich man. Like, here I am, you know, come get me. Like, you know, like, or you just get around, you know, decent men who got their heads on straight and, you know, looking for, you know, a family and the family structure and things of that nature. Like, you could go to other places for that. And you don't have to always be dressed up in a dress and heels and all of that in a face full of, you know, because a lot of times that it could come off, if you do it the wrong way, it could come off as doing too much and come off as more you trying to, like, you know what I mean, sell yourself or something. It could come off in the wrong way. The majority of the women who are married and have successful marriages, they didn't have to do all that. Now, granted, it is a different time. You know, I've been married a long time. So yeah, times have changed. To me, I still think men are asking for the core values from a woman that they've always been asking for. I don't think that's changed much. I think what men are asking for has not changed. I think the women have changed and the expectations of what women want have changed. But I think what men have been asking for the whole time was they want a decent woman. They want a respectful woman, a loving woman. Give them a meal here and there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they eat. If they're going out and working hard, they at least can come home to a clean house and a peaceful environment and some food. And then give them some good loving. And if you love your man and if you like him, that shouldn't even be a problem. What they say? Keep his belly full and you know the other part. Like, that shouldn't be a problem. If you are attracted to your man and you love being with your man, intimacy should not be a problem. You don't mind, you know, breaking him off whenever you want. I don't see the problem with that. I always said that's the caveat to being married, that you got a man that when you want, boom, he's there, and vice versa. And cooking and feeding him and making sure he can come home and lay his head in a peaceful environment because he got to go out here and work hard to take care of you. That is not hard to do. And then you want to share in the life with him because you care about him and you want to have his babies. You want to raise a family. You want to see y'all kids and stuff like you see what your children look like and who they act like, and y'all laugh over that and build a life and all these things. That is the blessing that comes with it. That should not be hard. But once again, the core values that men have been asking for, in my opinion, have not changed. The women and the expectations, because they can get jobs and working and make a little money, they have changed. They have decided we don't really need them and we don't really want that. We want something more, and they're giving a bare minimum. Like, it's a bunch of bullshit, and this is why a lot of these women are single, and they are asking for rich men. So maybe that's why she's telling me, girl, if you really want that, okay, put your dress on and sell yourself. Hell, if that's why she's responding, I get it, because you have a lot of these women who are asking for men with the money. An average man it doesn't cut it for them. So okay, now you got to go and put your dress on and your heels, and prostitute yourself around. Basically, that's what you're doing. Dress yourself up like a doll to appeal to these Brads and Chads and these men in the expensive areas, and hopefully one of them snatch you up and you could be his tool or toy or whatever, and you can get in the money. Now, if that's why she's saying that, I get it. But if you're looking for somebody, just a good guy, like, you don't need to do all that, in my opinion. You don't need to do all that shit. That's you don't have to do all that. A man could see if you are a good woman by looking at you, talking to you, have a conversation with you. You could have sweatpants on, your hair pulled to the back, and he could see your beauty. That's why the men say they don't need all that makeup. You don't need all that makeup. A man could see if you are beautiful to him without all of that on. Most women who have gotten their husbands will tell you, girl, I was so plain. I didn't even have no makeup on. I didn't have none of that. And they got their husbands and got good men. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a different time. I'll say, it's a different time. Mr. Walker, what's going on? Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being a member. Says salute, Sister Dee, to keep cooking. Thank you. I appreciate you. How you been? Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. Perception is reality says, honestly, men just want to be appreciated. Simple. Right. I think we all want that. If you as a woman, we want to feel appreciated and loved as well. We want to feel appreciated too. We want to feel loved. We want to feel secure. We want to feel all of those things. But you got to understand, if you want that, you gotta give that. You got to give what you want. You can't sit back and be a selfish, mean old, bastard, and then want somebody to give you the world. That ain't, you should reciprocate that to the person that's giving it to you. So yeah, I think men are simple, and I think women are complicated. And I think, though, this is the problem. Women want way more than what they're willing to offer. And it's been that way. It's nothing new. Thank you, Perception is Reality. I appreciate you. It is nothing new. Dennis Settles says, I am baby boomer. We have not changed in 70 years. Yeah, once again, people say, oh, things have changed. The dating scene have changed. Yes, I agree. But I think the core of what men want has not changed. I think women just don't want to offer it because they think they should expect more. That's the bare minimum. Just wanting a loving wife to be at home and take care of the kids and cook and clean. Men have always wanted that. Women fought against it, through the feminist movement. And now it's worse. Now they want rich men to cater to them. They don't want to cook, clean, do nothing. All it's bare, cook, clean. Most of them have kids. What are y'all kids eating? Sand? Shit. What you feed your kids? Don't you have to cook for them? I'll never understand it, y'all. But it's a difference, I guess. Oh, I cook for my kids, but I ain't cooking for no man. But you want him to pay all the bills and cater to you and treat you like a princess and pay for all these trips. Yeah, that's insane to me. So yeah, women have definitely changed, and they've changed for the worse. And this is why they can't find a man, because men don't want to settle for this BS that these women are asking for. Let's continue.
Until it's time to strike up a conversation. Until that man or woman is sitting in front of your face. It's completely different. Everyone has confidence, because at that table, everyone has a house, everyone has a car, and everyone has money. Everyone has that. Everyone. So what else? What else? Everyone has that. That's basic. in a boat, right, in a plane, in a yacht, in stocks, in bonds. I don't expect her to have all those things at 25. There are 25-year-olds who do have it. I'm not saying she needs to have all of those things. But I'm saying it's different when you have a seat at the table. Again, I'm just a girl on TikTok. I could be wrong. So head on out into the real world. Have a seat at the table tonight or tomorrow and report back. It's as simple as that. Yeah, she's 25. Yeah, basic things. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me. Every time I give advice, then people are tagging me. Look, this girl went to Miami. She tried to get in a nightclub. They said she was too big. She was too dark. Her hair was too long. She was too blonde. Didn't you say that on the live? Look, this girl was trying to date. She showed up with her hair messed up, no makeup, and a bonnet. And the guy didn't want to take her out. Didn't you say that? Now I'm getting tagged. But I'm sure we just gonna take the ghetto comment and we gonna run with that. I know y'all gonna run with that. I know y'all not gonna hear nothing else. Y'all gonna take that piece and run with it. Keep it moving. Let's get to 250,000 likes. Let's get to 250,000 likes, beautiful people. All these people, they so politically correct. And like this, when the camera's off. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I just, I think a lot of people, and I think we all have our opinions. I have my opinions. People don't always agree with it. That's great. That's fine. I just give my perspective, and I personally just think that we should be giving more simpler advice, like for young women out here trying to date. As women, we have to tell or give the women the advice. I'm not a man. I can't tell a man how to be a man what to do. I've experienced a good man, so I know what a good man looks like. But I think women who have not experienced that and haven't seen that, they don't know it exists. They don't know what to look for because the focus is always, girl, you got to get to the bag. Girl, he needs to be making this. Girl, he needs to have this. Girl, he needs to have that. And I think that is the wrong message that a lot of these women are sending. And they're serious about it. Like, oh, well, you don't want a man the bare minimum. Who said anything about the bare minimum? I'm saying the focus is off. What a lot of other women out here are telling women they should be looking for is why they can't find what they're looking for and why men aren't interested. Because soon as this man hears certain things out of your mouth, he's already moved you to the side. He's already put you in a certain category. He's already thought in his mind, nah, this ain't the one. While you still talking about what you got and how much, what you do and all this, and you need a man to make this amount of money and you need protection and all that, man already done checked out. He's already moved you over. Like, ooh, she fine. Ooh, I'm gonna see if I can hang around, get a little bit of that, and that's it. Or just ghost you and don't even want to have nothing to do with you. Like, women don't realize that. Yeah, all this modern new age way that y'all saying y'all should be dating and going about getting a husband and all this kind of stuff is all wrong. It's all wrong. And as Crib Secure would say, they're out of order. Out of order. It's out of order. You can't even get what you want because you're going about it the wrong way and nobody could tell you nothing. Oh, girl, they'll tell me, oh, girl, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, cool. Y'all do. But y'all don't have the outcome. I have the outcome that I want. I have the time and the years, the children and all of it to show it. You still trying to get to that point. So I might know a little something. I never claim to know it all, and I don't know it all. I learn new stuff every day. But I might know a little, just a tad bit. Just a tad little bit of something. But you listen to people who don't have it at all, may not ever get it, and they know it all, and y'all just sitting around twiddling y'all thumbs, not getting it, making excuses and complaining and blaming all men for you not getting what you want. But y'all got all the answers. Make it make sense. So yeah, this is why I say, listen, you You know, you got to do better. You got to focus on what's important, and money and all this stuff is not at the top of the list of what's important when it comes to healthy relationships and building a life with the person. You want children, you want a family, you want these things. How the hell y'all think y'all gonna get it? Going around here, unless y'all gonna do like, you know, some of these women out here going and getting surrogates and having IVF babies and stuff like that and raising a child by yourself. Like if you, I like that'd be the only option. But if you want a real family, a stable family and a life and building a life with a man and all that kind of stuff, which I think is a beautiful thing. But if y'all are out here just thinking about money and how tall he is and all this other BS, y'all missing. You're missing out. You're missing the actual way to go about getting what you say you want. Unless they really don't want it and they're just making excuses. Well, either way, you're going to be stuck. Perception is reality says, I know some beautiful sisters, they said they know they could cater to a man. They're just not going to do it. You see Ace telling Cam Newton, most hetero men don't like ladies outside. 3-letter words. Right. But that's what I'm saying. It's something in these women. It's the modern brainwashing that's making them believe that that's not something they should do. But y'all want the most from a man. And you're out here just running around like dogs in heat, actually, just hot and running and, you know, giving your bodies to people looking for the highest bidder, and it's not getting you anywhere. But then you turn around and say you want something serious. You want a man to take you seriously. You want a man who actually cares about you. Because you realize going out here just being a 304 in heat in the streets, these men don't give a shit about you. They're just trying to get a quick, you know, bust one, and that's it. They don't want you for real. But they be trying to believe and think and push the narrative that, oh, men will take 304. No, they won't. Most men won't. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you once again. A lot of these women are in denial. You know, in denial, thinking that they can push something on these men that these men just don't want, and they never wanted it. They think this is not a new concept. Men have never took 304 seriously. Men have never wanted to wife up women who walk out and dress in a promiscuous way, or, you know, with their bodies all. Men have never taken women like that seriously. And people always like to point to a small few situations, and the only thing they can go do is iced tea and cocoa. They can't. Those are celebrities, and that's what he liked. That's what he chose. Whatever. But they can't go. They don't have many examples of that. They only go to them small little samples of that to explain, you know, what they're saying, when in mass that just doesn't happen. But they don't want to change. They want to be who they are, but they still want you as the men to acquiesce to them and give them the world. And this is why the men are walking away, because men don't have time for the foolishness. And they realize that it's foolishness. And they still running around in the streets. Where the men at? Oh my God, look at this event. It's full of women. What a men. They minding their business, living their life. They don't have time for the foolishness. That's just what it is. So if you want more, baby, you're going to have to start doing better. You're going to have to start, like, you know, showing and proving what you are about. And if not, just stay single. Because that's all it's going to end up being. Like, I'm just saying. And I think, once again, I don't think all men are perfect, and I don't think nobody's perfect. I don't think men got it all together. I think there's some men who need to understand women as well. There are a lot of delusional men out here as well. I have to say it. There are a lot of delusional men who don't understand the nature of women, don't understand what women come with, don't understand the changes that women go through. A lot of men don't understand that. A lot of men think a woman, you know, her body is just on go and she can just, you know, have the loving all the time, every time, and she don't go through changes. You have men, I've seen men who are confused about women who go through menopause. They don't even know what your body is going through. They have no clue of the changes that women go through. And I think when you are in a relationship with a woman, and say you married to a woman and y'all been married young and y'all go through these changes, hell, we all go through changes. We don't always be privy to them either, but you learn as you go. But there are a lot of insensitive men who don't understand the nature of a woman's body, childbirth, afterbirth, postpartum, all kinds of things that women go through. A lot of men don't understand that too, and they have a dilemma as well in many cases, to where even men in marriages don't understand how the changes women go through and how it affects them. And some of them are insensitive to that as well, and they dismiss that and make it seem like, oh, something wrong with the woman. No, there's a lot of things that when you're with somebody for years and years and years, they go through changes too, men and women. It's not just the women now. Women and men go through changes, but y'all got to know how to navigate that, understand what it is, get some information about these changes, and work with each other, and not just brush it off as, oh, it's a problem. Like, oh my God, now I already I don't believe that you should be withholding any loving from your man, period. But men still got to understand too, at a certain point in a woman's, there's certain things that women go through. And if you got to have that man come with you to your doctor's appointment so that the doctor can explain, so y'all can be on the same page, do that. So he'll be aware of what's going on and understand it, and understand how that goes, and knows, and y'all can maneuver things a little bit better. So there's things that men need to understand about women, and there are things that women need to understand about men as well. We got to understand that we're human beings. Things are going to change. Things are not going to be completely the same when you met that woman at 25 versus 45, okay? And same thing with the man. In his 20s, he ain't going to completely be the same in his 40s, in his 50s. Like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all, that's a part of life. That's the evolution and the growth of life, but you're doing it together. So everybody got to understand each other. You know what I mean? You can't think like that your 20-year-old self when you're 45, 50, because you've experienced some things, so you learn and you grow. But there are a lot of people out here, women and men, who are very delusional and very clueless to the nature of aging and life and what women go through too. You know, so I just think, look, just experiencing that, I get it, but some people don't get it. But you work through those things. It's nothing you cannot work through. You work through things, change a bit, and then it get back on track, and you keep it moving, keep the party rolling. It don't stop nothing. You just got to understand that there, things that we can't change that happen in life that is just a part of life. But that's what you experience when you've been with the person for a long time. If you haven't gotten to that place and you still running around with different people and y'all have not experienced this, you're going to be clueless to it. You may not know what the hell is going on, and I could go more in detail about it and just hearing other people's stories as well. But just know things do change, but you're there to the end, and you're there to work with each other and understand each other. It's a lot, but there are some men who don't get it. Just like women don't get it as well. But if you keep living your life in a transaction, a situationship, just jumping from man to man to man, then you're never going to get it. You're just going to be out here just lingering and doing whatever till you get old, and then you just experience old age by yourself. That's all. That's all. And, if that's what you want, if you like it, I love it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tell people what to do. That if that's what you want, be happy with it. Be happy and content with your choices. That's all. Don't make the choice and then complain about it. Latrell, thank you for the super chat. Latrell M says, a woman with an experience is not at the mercy of a woman with an opinion. Let her suffer if she's not willing to take advice from a married woman. Yeah. Right. I'm saying, listen, people, you can lead a person to a water, but you can't make them drink. You can't force what you believe onto them. People have to see it for themselves sometimes, And my thing is always this: look, I would prefer to go to people who have the experience and the years, because they have a little bit more wisdom and understanding, versus somebody who doesn't have it and just speculating about it, because they have a certain way of talking. Without the experience. It's like when you're young, but when you're 19, just say, you think you know it all. You're like, oh, well, I wouldn't do this. And I just think this. And you have all kind of opinions about children and all this, but you don't have children. It's like having an opinion about what a parent should be doing with children. You have single childless people who have all these opinions about children, but they don't have any children. And when they do have a child, they realize, oh, snap. Okay. It's not quite the same. It's not saying anybody's right or wrong. It's just you haven't had that experience. So you can't really have a full full knowledge of what it is until you've actually experienced it. But you can't know and speak as if you know fully about what it is to parent and be a parent if you're not a parent. Because saying you know something without having the experience is two different things. Being a parent, once you go through it, there's a lot of things you got to go through, and you deal with the actual child. When you don't have any kids, you just sitting back and speculating about what you think parenting should be, but you haven't experienced it. Is totally different. It's totally different when you're just talking about it versus actually going through it. So that's always my perspective. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. You can have an opinion, but you shouldn't be so staunch on it because you don't really know, you know? It's just speculation. It's not really, your experience tells you something else. There's certain things you say you would never do, or you're going to do it just like this. And then when you actually get there, you do it. The outcome is totally different because the experience is the teacher. It's what shows you the reality of a certain outcome versus you just sitting. You can say anything you want before you actually experience it. You can have the most opinionated people are the ones who don't have the experiences. And you think you can be because you in your mind, you like, oh, I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to do this. And when I have kids, my kids are going to this and this and that and that and that. And then when you finally do, you realize, oh, I was just talking shit. I really had no clue. I had no clue. Forgive me. I had no clue. That's what happens when you actually go through the experience. That's all. That is it. That's all. Let's move on, you guys. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Here we go.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, like you got some sense finally.
Yes.
So I have your
Aaron
head
from
off.
Michigan.
Aaron from Michigan. How old
hmm
are you, Aaron?
I had a birthday Monday. I was really, really sick, so I didn't do nothing for my 45th birthday.
Oh, okay, 45. Happy birthday. Is
hmm
that was that Taurus or now we Gemini season?
I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull.
Okay. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I'm looking crazy because I was sick, but your
Okay.
girl claims I will.
Okay. Don't have your head cut off, okay, sweetheart?
Okay.
There we go.
Download the Kendra G Singles dating app now. Available on iPhones and Android phones, where you can find real love and your person.
So Erin had a birthday on Monday. She's a Taurus. Happy belated birthday in
Thank
Michigan.
you.
How old are you? No, you told me at 45. What do you do for a living?
So I'm a realtor, and I also work for the state of Michigan.
Okay, do you have any kids?
I have an 11-year-old.
Okay, you ever been married?
Divorced.
Okay, when did you get divorced?
7 years ago.
Okay. And where you calling me from? In Michigan. So I think I got all. Aaron, Michigan, 45 tourist, works as a realtor. Mom to an 11-year-old. Is your 11-year-old by your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay, she's divorced.
hmm
Divorced 7 years ago.
Yes.
Why did I get divorced?
Um, he was a street guy, and I wanted better.
Okay. We'll keep it going.
Mhm.
What kind of man you looking for?
I want, of course, tall, dark, and handsome. Somebody that's stable. Somebody that can be God fearing, a good dad. Just somebody that's good to me. I want to be pink,
What does that mean?
soft. I'm a very strong woman. I do good for myself. I just want somebody that matches my energy, matches my fly. um Somebody just that I can be with, like no games, none of that.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Hygiene. Oh, I cannot deal with bad hygiene at all. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. No bad hygiene.
Yeah.
Uh, what should he look a certain way?
I like I said, I want tall, dark, and handsome. I
Oh, you
do.
did say that. So
hmm
okay, so if he's short, light skinned, you can't do it.
No. Mm-mm.
Girl, you light skinned.
So what?
Women be colorists. It don't be the men. It be the women that be the colorists on my show.
Yeah.
Was your ex husband tall, dark, and handsome?
He was medium and dark.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
hmm
Let's do. Oh, so the guy make a certain amount of money.
hmm
How much?
Like I said, I do pretty well for myself. So I need them to be able to do well for themselves, extremely well. Because if I make a certain amount, then they got to make even more.
So what? Do we have a minimum at the door?
But these y'all, see, Oh Lord, Lord, Lord. Hit the like button, y'all. Please. Baby. What in the world? What come on now. We got 106 people watching and 71 like hit the it's like a broken record, y'all. Cause I do well for myself, and so he has to do extremely well as well. Like what the yeah, y'all, he has to be tall dog. So if he ain't tall dog and handsome, you don't want him. Well, that's gonna be a problem for you. It's the same. It's the same. What if he don't want you? What if he? Let's continue.
At least, at least. This sounds crazy, but I graduated summa cum laude, and I worked very hard to get where I'm at. So, at least 200, at least 200,000, at
Okay,
least.
at least. So 100K, you couldn't date that man.
I mean, I would consider it.
So you know that. Listen, we're gonna move forward. You
Mhm.
do realize that you're asking for a very exclusive guy because you said 200K and tall, dark, and handsome. So you're asking for the non-famous Morris Chestnut.
I mean, I'm a very exclusive girl. Even me getting on here, I just tried it. I was like, let me see. I saw that you were on live. I'm a very exclusive girl. So I don't know. I need exclusivity.
No, no, no. Listen, I get it, and I'm not even gonna. I think I just
Girl, what you mean? What? Okay, what's Kendra need that? Well, okay, what makes you think you? What makes you exclusive? Exclusive to who? To who? 45-year-old divorcee with a child. What's exclusive about that? I'm just saying, no shade, but what's exclusive about that? Anyway, let's continue.
want. Okay, let me ask you this. So let's just say, because also you said exclusivity, right? You want to be
Mhm.
monogamous. Is there an age category?
50 and up.
Okay, well, you do want to go older, 50
And
and
then
up.
I see in the comments, y'all don't know what I'm making. So, like I said, I do very well for myself. I'm a realtor, and I have other certificates and other trainings, and I work for the state of Michigan.
No, no, listen, I don't,
I'm just
I
reading the
believe it to
comments,
be.
Kendra. That's all.
No, I get it. I get it. People always tell me to ask deeper about, you know, jobs when they tell me a certain income, but I'm gonna just say people's words at face value when it comes to that. That's not even something I was gonna challenge.
Mhm.
I guess I just want to share the statistic of the guy you described because
Okay.
that guy you described though, he's not like you. Now he's not saying I gotta date a woman that matches my salary. If
Right.
you're tall,
Okay.
dark, and handsome, and you make 200K or more, you pretty much just want a woman that's gonna fit into your life, and you're
Hmm.
paying for everything. Like you want a woman that's pretty much. I know men that millionaires that married women who made a fraction of what you make, right? But they had the qualities of her being able to fit within his life. Okay,
Right.
I see your eyes squinting.
Because I'm trying to multitask and listen to you and read the comments. I'm sorry.
So what did the comments say? Because I can see you're very intrigued.
They're just saying like, what does she do? I think I answered that. She graduated what? Summa cum laude. Google it if you don't know what it means. She'll find them. I'm too picky. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm single because I am picky. So.
No, I get it. This is
Mhm.
where, and as I stand here as a dating app CEO and hosting a dating show, I say this all the time. I understand the logic behind women in your position because
Thank you.
No, I don't understand the logic. That's the thing. It doesn't make any logical sense. Women are selfish, and women wanted to make the money, wanted to be independent, and they made the money, but then didn't factor in the fact of how that was going to affect them in the dating market. They thought that they could go make the money, and you want to be independent. Independent means you wanted to go out and work. Y'all didn't want to be subjected to the household and being our wives at the house and cooking and cleaning because you thought that was not, that wasn't a good position. You thought that was just you being a mother. You want to be able to be outside and have your own life and do what you wanted to do. So making your own money made you feel empowered to be able to go do what you wanted to do and not what a man wanted you to do. But y'all didn't factor in the fact y'all still wanted a man. See, this independent stuff works when you want to be completely independent, when you are not looking for a man, where you just you want to have your own autonomy, your own independence, and do what you want to do. You call the shots, you make decisions. You don't want a man in that case, because a man who is the man that you want, who is more successful than you still want a man to be over you. You still want a man who makes all the money, but y'all want to add your independence in onto it. Like you think that you can kind of sneak your independent mindset into a relationship with a man who is more successful than you, who wants something from a certain type of woman, the type of woman they've always wanted, more traditional women. That's the whole point of men going out and make the money and creating the finances so that he can take care of a wife and children, so that he can have a wife at the house taking care of those things that he won't have time to do, or he does not have to pay for somebody to do. And he has a woman who's going to raise his kid. That's the whole point. Women are making the money and wanting to be independent, but they don't want to take care of everything. Y'all don't want to take care of the man. You don't want to use your resources to contribute to the household. Y'all want to be independent just to be independent for yourselves. But when it comes to a relationship, y'all don't want to spend no money. You still want him to make the majority. Y'all say y'all independent, and modern women, that's not very independent, in my opinion. And that's where the conflict occurs. You're trying to force that onto a man who never wanted that type of woman. This is why the most successful women are single, because men who are successful don't want a woman who thinks like that, who acts like that, and who has all the expectations for him, but she doesn't want to be a traditional woman. That is the problem in a nutshell. They didn't add up that cost. They didn't think about how men were going to respond to this. And now they're starting to see. And so they went out and they've had children with Pookie and got married, divorced some of them and all that. And they still want the men to pay for everything, but they don't want to be traditional women. It does not work. It just doesn't work. And just saying, oh, I do well for myself, so he needs to do more than me. The man who makes more than you ain't going to want you. That's what y'all don't get. That's what you don't get. Inspirational truth. Thank you for the super chat. It says tall, dark, and 200K. Right. That's and handsome, That's what she want. But does he want you? You gotta factor that in, y'all. Let's continue. Thank you for the super chat, inspirational truth. I appreciate you.
The way it's always been is a woman's, we've been saying the provider, but I think at some point in time, we have to understand the drastic difference of provider from 60 years ago versus provider today.
Mm-hmm.
Provider 60 years ago was easier to land because women didn't make as much as you for the most part, right? So 60 years ago, it wasn't a normal thing where yes, there were women that did well, but it wasn't as common as it is now, right?
Right,
It was
right.
almost to the point where you got married, your husband technically was your and maybe I said 60, but I gotta look at the numbers, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's probably like 60, 70. So during those times, if a man made 50K, it was good enough because there wasn't competitiveness in the salary of the woman, right? So that's why relationships, it was easier to pair at that time because the woman wasn't necessarily coming with a large income that you had to consider.
Right.
Now the difference is women, we do well. And the concept of provider is still the mindset, as in I still want a person that makes more than me because I'm still living under the mindset that was 60 years ago, without taking in consideration that now you are not that woman 60 years ago, right?
Right.
So I say all that to say you describe tall, dark, handsome, and 200K plus. I don't like high value, but
Mm-hmm.
I will say he's a man in high demand. So
Mm-hmm.
it comes down to what's going to make him choose you over all his options and want to be monogamous, because he's going to have so many options that he might say, I'll be with 2 or 3 and feel like he's being good because he has 10,000 he could choose from.
Right.
That's kind of what it comes down to. But let's do the Kendra Cam.
What's that?
That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Hold on. Perception verse perception is reality. Thank you for the super chat. Once again, says this independent stuff remind me when kids can't wait to move out at 18, but still need assistance from their parents some kind of way. Exactly. Oh my god. Oh my God. That's a good comparison for sure. Oh my God. Exactly. They rush, think they grown and they want to rush out and think they got it and you want to get out and have your own place, did not really understanding what it all entails and how expensive especially nowadays. Oh my God. How expensive. And then, oh, mom, dad, can you help me with this? Can you help me? Exactly. Exactly. They want to be independent so bad and they get out there and they might do well for some time. And then when that money starts slowing down, oh, now they need a man to come in and make more to take it. Exactly. Oh my God. I love the comparison. Thank you. Perception is reality. That is exactly what it is. And now they're out here and they want to push, oh, I do so well. I do well for myself. No, you don't. You need a man to come in and help. You need help. You need help. That's why they be so desperate. You need help. Because it would make more sense that you have somebody that comes in and y'all blend y'all resources together. They don't want to do that. They want a man to come in and take on everything. Like, come on now. That's delusional. That's delusional. Let's continue.
I told you I've been sick. Let me throw some clothes on first.
You didn't know about the Kendra Cam.
Amazing. I heard it before, but I be working and I just got out of school.
Child, you want a 200K plus man, girl? You know you got to have this Kendra Cam ready.
Oh, I got body, baby. Hold on. Let me put some clothes on though.
She said she got some
You
body.
was gonna pick me for real. Hold
Yeah,
on.
always, every time we get to the Kendra Cam, it's all these excuses.
No, baby girl, I got you. I got you. Hold on. Hold on. I got you. Hold on. Let me just throw something on real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Get his shoulders out. We got to see your legs.
I'm about to. Hold on.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I swear I know you was gonna call me. I was just trying it.
Well, you call me. You definitely, I mean, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, just 45. Okay. Okay. All right.
5'10". 5'10".
Okay, 5'10". She said, let it be known. 5'10". You look good.
It-
You do. You look good. You say you ain't know I was gonna call you. You called me.
Well, I mean, I didn't know you were gonna pick up.
Ooh, child. Okay, okay. You look good. Now we got Aaron. Aaron is in Michigan. Do you want the guy to be in Michigan?
I would prefer.
Okay. Can he have kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you desire to get married again?
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron, Michigan, 45, just had a birthday this week. Realtor, one child, that's 11, divorced. All right. When was your last relationship?
About a year and a half ago.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
About a year ago.
Okay.
Mhm.
3 flaws. Are you waiting for your relationship?
Yes, I am.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm a perfectionist. Um, I'm hard on myself. I'm probably my worst critic. And I think that the world is black or white, no gray.
The world is black and white, no gray.
Yeah. It's either black or white or no gray.
And you
I'm a
got to
project
tolerate.
manager. So I look at things like a project almost. So with that being said, it's either this or that. It's no gray. And I know that sometimes life can be gray. So I need to work on that.
Okay. And
Mhm.
why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Aaron?
I'm kind of like the Mega Million.
The Mega Million as in the
um,
lottery?
I am a catch. How can I describe this? I feel like I'm going for an interview. Um, to be honest, I'm the shit. Good credit, good pussy, all of that. I am smart, beautiful. Um, go to church. I probably shouldn't have said that in the same sentence, but can cook. So yeah.
Ooh, she said she got it all.
I
She
do.
says she got it all. You don't want to mess up
And
with
it's funny,
someone.
Kendra, because like men try and date me, but I turn a lot of them down. I do. I do.
Tell me why.
First, if they teeth don't look good, I'm like, no, thank you. If they breath smell, I'm picky.
No,
I want to
I think.
cuddle.
Listen, I don't think teeth and bad breath are. Those are okay. Like that should be a deal breaker.
Number one, if your teeth and your breath, then your nails, if you got nasty nails and you're not a mechanic, if your conversation is not there, I like to be stimulated mentally, because I can talk about a lot of stuff. So yeah,
What's I
I'm really a
say?
nerd. I'm really a
But
nerd,
okay,
but
But why? Okay, why is it you're such a great catch? Why you keep running into men who have dirty nails and jacked up teeth and bad breath? Like I'm just saying, what a men that got it together. A woman that's got it together, you can't attract a man that's got it together. How are you coming in contact with men with filthy, dirty nails and crooked teeth and bad breath? Like you can't. There's nobody else out there that would be attracted to you that looks decent. I would think, a person who's presenting as, oh, they got it together will attract somebody else who has it together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see a guy of some caliber looks at her and says, oh, she got it together. Okay. I want to go holler at her. Why is it that you getting attracted dudes with dirty nails and crooked teeth? I don't understand.
I would say this: do you normally date the men in the tax bracket you say? Because those aren't normal traits for that tax bracket.
Right. Thank you, Kendra.
um,
Oh.
yeah, but it been some flaws. So I
But
don't want to
they
get it. I
have
don't want to
bad
get into
teeth.
specifics. I don't want to get into
See?
specifics for a reason. But yeah, the guys that I usually date are well off financially. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have bad teeth, bad breath, and dirty nails.
No, I'm talking about guys that have been approaching me, like engineers or doctors or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I turn a lot of people down. I do.
Okay, okay. Well, that's the thing. Dating isn't marriage, right? So
Hmm. Okay.
I'm not with the sex, but I 1000% encourage women to date. I mean, listen, if you don't want to spend any of your free time with the human, so be it, right? But I encourage women if he's coffee, dinner, a meal. Because what I like about that is it keeps you busy, and it goes back to when women say that they're the prize. It's like, well, I'm busy. Like I'm not waiting for you. I feel like a lot of women wait for guys. Like you're waiting for this one guy.
No,
I
but
don't.
Kendra, when I turn down guys, it's like they're like, "Hey, let's go out." But if you're not like, if I'm not intrigued, I'm not going out,
Okay,
and
that's
then I'm
fine.
gonna stay home and watch Netflix. Like, but I know that's not good either, and I
Well,
throw myself into work.
they're asking me, are these the doctors you're turning down doctors and the engineers?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's because you're not attracted to them. Okay, well if you're not attracted to them, you're not attracted to them. Yeah, you're not attracted to them, you're not attracted to them. I get it. I get it. All right. Okay. Well, let's do it. Are you inside the Kendra G Singles dating app?
No, I will sign up though.
You will sign up. Yeah, you gotta sign up because I'm gonna put you out here, girlfriend. And
Okay.
I wanna make sure they can reach out to you. So Erin, ERIN,
Yep.
what's your favorite number?
5.
Okay. So in the dating app, it's like
Okay, that's enough, y'all. Yeah, I see y'all saying she lying. Listen, child, a lot of them be lying. Like, come on now. If you get all these attraction from men, somebody got to stand out. Like, you should be able to get one. All these men interested in you, and it's been over a year, and you ain't found nobody yet. Like, you should be able to find somebody. If you that girl, you should be able to find somebody. It's just I don't think the men are interested anymore. I do. I think men see right through a lot of this. I think a lot of men are just going their own way and they're just out here screwing. I'm just saying. I think if they find women that they're attracted to physically, the women be giving it up, I guess. So if they giving it up, that y'all gonna take it. So most men gonna take it. And that's it. Once they get their little fix, they move on. They not trying to like cuff and wipe these women up because they don't. First off, I hear a lot of men who saying they don't even trust women. They don't even trust these women now. They don't even trust them, child. They don't trust y'all as far as they could throw you. They not trying to, get finessed and get their money taken or whatever, get, duped out of some rent money or something. I don't know. I don't think these men even trust women anymore. So that's that. And so now men are skeptical. And now that they're skeptical, these women are just hanging on by a thread. I mean, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pookie is the only one attracted. Right. Pookie just want to smash. Right. Pookie want to smash. What's going on, Trey? Trey says the women going out here. Yeah, I mean that's it. Like I mean they ain't no. I don't think too many men are trying to take women seriously anymore because y'all don't. I don't think y'all trust them. Am I lying? Let me know. Do y'all do most men trust these modern women? Let me know. Do they? Yes or no? Do most men trust these modern women or no? Because from what I'm hearing, don't seem like they do. They automatically assume that these women are sleeping with multiple men. Right? Do y'all think that's a fair assessment that most men in today's society believe that a lot of these women are sleeping with multiple men and y'all don't really trust them and you don't get a quick fix out of them and that's it and move on? I don't think men are even trying to take women seriously anymore. I think that's a problem for if there's some potentially good women, but I mean, they don't even trust no more. You don't know who's good anymore. You don't know if a good woman still could be a hoe. I'm just saying, and that's going to lead me to my next clip for y'all. We got another clip that I want to share because there's this discrepancy between what's a good woman, what's a hoe, and who can you trust or whatever. And, that's going to pull me to my next video because they had this all out brawl, fallout on Ali and Fatty's channel, y'all, where they were discussing when they had Mac Mall on there, where they talking about what's a good woman and if he says he met a lot of good women, and then they're like, well, what's a good woman if she's out here and she got a bunch of men on her roster? Is she still a good woman? Oh, she could cook, she could clean, she could do all them things, but she got a man, but she's still gonna come and sleep with you. So I mean, I guess to a man who is the side piece, he okay with it because she giving him what he want and cheating on a man. So, but overall, how could you trust a woman who maneuvers in that fashion? I don't think a lot of men will trust women. I just don't. I don't think they do it. So when I'm talking about marriage commitment, like, child, these men don't trust a lot of these women. Y'all don't trust them. So how you gonna commit to them? Like, really? I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Fatty. I came across this clip. I want to play it for you guys. But listen to what they're saying, and I want to know if y'all agree or disagree. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. 118 people watching. We got about 90 likes. So go ahead and hit the like button, y'all. And also support the channel via Super Chat or Cash App, y'all. That definitely helps the channel to grow. So make sure you are supporting in that way. Let's continue.
I think it's ultimately what you willing to deal with.
No, this is why. Hey, Mac, why are we doing? Y'all both taking turns doing this. This is why they hoes. Mac. I was trying to. No, man, y'all not about to do this. Y'all not about to do that.
You cut me. Can I
say Mac? Y'all are saying Mac. Y'all are playing both. Hey, Mac. I bet you and Jonathan are both exceptional brothers, right? Y'all know what the hoes want to hear, and you know what the wife of a woman want to hear as well too. Y'all don't really trust these women like that either. That's why you still outside. Like, you try to make these.
I was just gonna say, you cut me off.
Come on, but because you saying the things that sound good, like everything you say, a woman, them draws is dropping. Everything. Hold on.
Bro.
Hey,
what you got to know about me, bro, is I don't pander. I keep it 100. I'm fair. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. And if the men are wrong, they wrong. If the women are wrong, they wrong. Now let me tell you this, right? Y'all have to I have to understand, what do y'all classify as a good girl? Because I'm gonna tell you this, I have a lot of experience with women, and this is why I'm single, because my head is fucked up. Okay, I know. I have been with plenty of women who are good motherfucking women. You hear me? Cook, clean, fuck, watch the kids, scrub the walls, always supportive, do everything they got to do for they man that you could possibly do, and they still come fuck me.
Okay. What do y'all think about that? So he's saying overall, he's been with some good women. They had men. And they was cooking, cleaning, not neglecting their man, doing everything they supposed to do, but still go and sleep with him. He was a side dude. So is that a good woman to him? But I would say, oh, she's a good woman to you. Well, she's not. Well, she's doing everything she's supposed to do at the home, but she's still going out and screwing him. So is she a good woman? I'm pretty sure the dude ain't comfortable with her doing that. So even though she cooking and cleaning doing that, but the minute she get a chance, she's sneaking and geeking with him and busting it open for him. So is that classified as a good woman? I wouldn't classify that as a good woman. I'm sorry. I would not. I know it happens, but I'm not classifying that as no good woman. No, that ain't no loyal woman. That ain't no woman who's down for you and like with you. No, she'll be willing to do all that, but she just want to go get some other D. That's what he's saying. So is that really a good woman? I mean, do you want a woman like that? Now, he said his head is screwed up. Why? Because he can't, because he wouldn't want his woman doing that. But then he says, we're going to continue, because then you listen to what he says next. He's saying basically that if she doing that, oh, well, he just didn't come to this conclusion that, hey, as long as I don't know about it. He's going to say that. Van Warner, thank you so much for the super chat, says, many black women are turning to dating interracially, but are attracting creepy white men. How to catch a predator types and rejects of the race instead. I do see that. And this is why they're saying the grass isn't greener on the other side, because they're coming across those types of guys and it's getting scary. So that's why I always say the grass isn't greener on the other side. You still got to vet properly. You just can't think that side is right. You still got to vet properly. So yeah, I do see that happening, Van. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Baby, let's get back into this. Here we go.
How can you trust after that?
And that's a
You
good
want to know
woman.
what a good woman
Man,
is?
Jonathan, you better sit right there and don't say nothing. She a good woman and she do all that stuff and still kind of come and have sex with you. Hey, Jonathan, Mac, you gotta be part. Hey, Mac, you in one side you admitting they the problem. Then the other side you say men are the problem. Then you admit that these women ain't no good, even if they act like a wife. It's just bait and switch. They settle down with the men they don't like, and then they go have sex with the men they actually like, which means they using most men. How they a good woman? How is your woman good? Hold on, let me land. If Ali said I'm a good man, and on certain occasions, I'm gonna go bust down other women, and I made an agreement with my woman, nobody would agree with you. So how you turn back around and say this woman is a good woman because she told you what she does for a man, and she cooked for you, and she make a smoothie and egg sandwich for you, but she still come have sex with you? How that's a good woman, man?
No, I said, that's why I said we have to. I'm asking y'all, what do y'all classify as
That's
a
what
good
he
woman?
said. What's the
No.
definition?
Because I'm saying
Hold on.
I know a woman.
Hey,
I
Mac,
know plenty of women that do it all.
We all do this. Hey, Mac,
They doing it all.
Hey, Mac, we all do this, right? So we got to hold each other to the same fire. Kiana try to do the same thing, right? What's a good woman? Hey, Mac, you know what a good woman is. You tell us. You know what a bad woman is, and you know what a good woman is. The women are so good at telling us what a bad man is, but they don't want to play dumb like what a good. They don't know what a good man is. You tell us what a good woman is.
Well, I have a different perspective on it. I feel like a good woman is a woman that's teachable, leadable, respectful, and loyal. Okay. Now, the thing about it is this, right? This is what I'm saying.
Hold
right?
on. Hey, Mac. You said loyal.
Mm-hmm.
So how the hell does a woman come have sex with you and you still call her a good woman if she wasn't loyal?
Because this is what I'm saying, right? To be realistic, this is 2026, right? And I live strongly by respect. And so what I don't motherfucking know is not gonna hurt me. You better respect me that much that whatever the fuck you doing better not hit this doorstep. That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, bro, you can't control nobody. You can't. And one thing about women is this: they move off emotions, right? And with that being said, and I'm just speaking realistically, this is shit I learned from being a side nigga for 6 years. I'm trying to tell you, people change. Your woman might love you today. She might do everything, but she might come to a point where she just wants some new dick. Okay? But she not gonna short you. And this is why I'm
Wait a minute. He's funny as shit. But guess what? I get what he's saying, and there's some truth to that. But what I'm saying is, what type of woman are we dealing with? This is all I'm saying. He's seen the other side, so he's expressing what he's seen, and I get it. I get it. But what I'm saying, these are the type of women that you're dealing with. So if you with a woman and you decide to, of course, you see that perspective, you see that side, so you understand. It's like he's saying, look, I know they gonna do it, but just don't let me know. He says what he don't know won't hurt him. I beg to differ, because shit, says certain things you don't know could hurt you, honey. You look down and your balls is swollen and green and black. I mean, some shit you don't know could hurt you. Okay? Because you don't know what she doing. And she could be doing anything. So you don't trust her. You just like, oh, what you don't know won't hurt. Shit, yes, it could hurt you. Keep playing around. But anyway, I think he's just accepted the fact that this is what women are going to do because he's experienced the other side. But that to me don't scream good woman. A good woman is not going to want to betray her husband. The same way I think for a man. This is why I don't condone this cheating shit. If you want multiple women, what you need to be married for? You don't need to be married. You don't need to commit to one woman if you know you're gonna be screwing a bunch of others. Go screw a bunch of others and be single, and you can do that. And let them know what you're doing. No, if the agreement is we gonna be monogamous, we gonna be together, we committed to each other, that's what it should be. And if you are married and you going outside of that and you think you need more D in your life, then you need to have the conversation with your husband. Because that's betrayal, in my opinion, if you go outside of your marriage where it was y'all made a commitment to each other that this is what y'all was gonna do, and now you itching for some more, and you gonna go out. No, you need to either you gonna say what's up or whatever, and let him make a decision if he want to stay in that or not. Because most men ain't gonna want to accept a woman going out here busting up before another dude. Are y'all curious? Are y'all serious? Most men don't even want women with a high body count. So you think most men gonna be happy with the woman that they married going out here getting cracked by other men or another man? No. So he clearly ain't gonna want that. So that ain't no. If you the commitment, it comes with responsibilities, right? You got to be responsible. You got to be committed. You got to be loyal. It comes with all of that. You know, you itching for some more D, and then you just gonna go out here and go give it to the side man and keep doing it. And I don't care if you cooking and cleaning and doing all that other stuff. I don't care. You still are betraying your husband. And that ain't a good woman, in my opinion. If you want all this other D, you need to just tell him you need a divorce so you can go off and be single and you can get all the D you want. But just to have him there thinking that you're loyal and you sneaking, it's going to catch up with you sooner or later. No, I don't agree with that. No, I don't consider that a good woman at all. The same way I don't consider a good man going outside of his marriage, busting and banging other chicks and all that, all types of multiple women. And then you want to come home to a lawyer wife who's just loyal to you. You gotta be out your goddamn mind. I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna be sitting at home being loyal to you, being this loyal woman to you, and I'm only giving my body to you, and I'm sitting here being a good wife and all this while you cracking all kind of holes outside of me. Hell no. That's unacceptable. Now, if you want that, that's a conversation that we're going to have to have, and we're going to have to make some decisions from that point on. But hell no. So, no, I don't agree. No, and I don't think a good woman is out here getting cracked and bust open all with every way from Sunday with some other man besides her husband. Shit, no. That's unacceptable.
Saying, like, these women are not shorting at home. These men are happy. They ain't short stopping. So if they not short stopping at home,
oh my god,
hold on. If they not short stopping at home, how the fuck would you know your girl doing something?
Hey, Mac, you hey, Mac, hey, Kiana the only one going to do this with you, right? Men aren't complaining that they happy at home. Men are complaining about the lack of the inconsistency of the women and the lack of sex they have in a relationship as well too. But I'm holding you to task You said loyalty demonstrates a good woman. You know if what she'll do with you, she'll do it to another person as well too. And what she'll do with you, she'll do to you. So if loyalty is what defines a good woman, how is it that you all keep saying she a good woman and she ready to jump on your dick?
Because this is what I hold over most, right? And this is how I was raised. I take respect over anything. And what
No,
I
no,
want,
hey,
what
hey,
I
Mac,
don't know, what I
hey,
don't know won't hurt me. And I can
fam,
respect my
I have a
I'm just bitch,
question.
bro. You can't control her. Like this man right here, he married. And I don't know who else married. You muted, bro.
Yeah, I'm married.
You muted. But look,
you
bro.
going away? No, Mac. I'm holding you. If Ali say, "Hey, man, she a good woman." If a woman loyal, she a good woman. If that woman cheat, if I go out and get your woman, Jonathan woman, fatty woman, that's not a good woman. To your words, you said a loyal woman is a good woman.
But
Why are you
what I'm
still trying to
saying is
parade
this.
that she's a good woman? Because you don't know now. You're moving the goalposts.
Okay,
If she's
well let me keep
so
let me
hold
keep
on.
it.
I'm asking you. At
Ali,
any
you gotta let
moment,
us talk.
hold on, Chosen. Don't do that. And Mac, at any moment she's disloyal, she's no longer a good woman, correct? Whether you know it or not, based on what you said.
What I'm telling you is I'm a grown ass man, and what I don't know won't hurt me, bro. I'm being realistic because I'm gonna tell you
That's
some
hella
real.
real.
I'm gonna
I have
tell
a
you some. I'm
question,
gonna
Mac.
tell you some real
That's
shit,
hella
bro.
real.
It hurt.
Look at what we expecting, right? Just think of this. Now we know as a person, we grow and we change after so many years, right?
Okay.
If you meet somebody, I don't know how old y'all is, but let's just say y'all 35 and you meet this special person that you want to meet right now, right? And y'all get married. Because I think a lot of people get caught in the right now. Y'all trying to be together till y'all 80. Do you really think this motherfucker is liable to only have sex with you for the next 40 years?
Hell
Do
yeah.
you
Yes.
really believe that?
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Mac, I have a question for you. So,
I do because that's what you signed up for. That's what you signed up for. Yes, you expect me to be loyal. And I expect you to be loyal. That's the whole point. That's why I say if you don't think you got to think about what you're doing. If you sign up for a marriage that says to death do you part, that means you're not shocked by what you're being asked. People don't take it seriously. You looking at it like it's just something to say. Oh, it ain't real. I don't think people really be paying attention to what they're saying, what they're signing up for. You are signing up to be with just that person till that do you part. If you're like, hell nah, I need some more action, then why do it? Don't do it. I wouldn't advise anybody to do it. That's why it's not always easy. But if that's the commitment that you say you're gonna make to a person, then you need to honor your commitment. Yes, damn right. I expect you to be loyal to the end. That's what you say you're gonna do. And if you don't think you can do that, then maybe you shouldn't be married. That ain't for you. Marriage ain't for everybody. Don't do it. Go be single and you could have all the chicks you want. That's simple. It's quite simple. But I think people are selfish. You want to have this loyal person at home that you can trust and be there and have them under lock and key, and then you can go out and whenever time you get the urges, you want to go out and just slang it and to whoever you want, but you wouldn't like her if she did. Most men can't handle a woman cheating on them. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Most men don't want to picture the idea of another man mounting their woman. Am I lying or am I flying? Most of y'all don't want to think or have the image of your wife being pinned down by another man and doing all God knows whatever with her. I don't think most men want to envision that. So I know most men don't want their woman out there getting dragged, pinned down by another dude on a consistent. I don't think y'all want that. So why would it be okay for a woman? You know what I'm saying? It just don't get married. If you know you can't be faithful or you can't have that, don't get married. That's all. That's the solution. Don't get married. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. I don't care if this woman is at the house cooking, cleaning, swinging from the goddamn chandeliers. Okay, I don't care if she's doing the most and still breaking you off. It is not a good loyal woman if she's still going out and letting Mac Mall break her back in. No, that's not a loyal woman at all. I think he's just accepting it for what he believe it is because he's seen it. And so he's saying, hey, if I get a woman, I'm gonna be with her But if whatever she doing, just don't let me know. That's his way of coping with it or accepting what it is, because he don't think that there are women who could be loyal or men who could be loyal too. So I guess he's saying, if he get a woman, if she doing, just don't let me know. Just keep it cute. Don't let me know and I'm good. Because he already expects it. But everybody don't think like that. Everybody don't just expect that. No, if this is the agree, and everybody's not hoish. Everybody ain't out here trying to bust down everybody. Everybody not like that. That's not everybody. Now, child, it's a lot. Let's continue.
Are you saying that you're gonna move in the same fashion?
What I'm saying is you don't. This is what I'm
Can you hear me
saying,
now?
right?
Can you hear me now?
This is what I'm saying. Okay, back to what the sister said.
Yes, we can.
Back to what the sister said before she left, right? Unconditional love, right? And this is what I'm saying. When you love somebody unconditionally, you are signing up to deal with whatever come with this person. Okay. This
infidelity.
is and this is why I don't buy into these fake ass Christian women, because your vows say for better or worse. Okay. When it gets worse, bitch, that don't mean leave. That means figure it out. But what happens is y'all leave because y'all in it for conditions. That's the problem. So me as a man knowing this, because women move in emotions, I can't trust y'all. Because let me tell you what a woman will do. A woman will tell you right now, just say you in love with your woman, right? She'll tell you right now, baby, I love you. I'm down for you. I would never leave you. I would never hurt you. All that. And at that very moment, she will be 100% correct, because that's how she feel right then and there.
Yeah.
But when she don't feel like that no more, your ass is cooked and ain't nothing you can do about it.
You just need a
Nothing.
balanced woman. A woman who knows how to balance
No,
out.
Man, you don't know how a woman
no,
gonna
no,
feel
no,
10 years from now. You don't know it.
Hold on.
First of all, there's no such thing.
Can I say
Hold
something?
on, Jonathan. Hold on, Jonathan. Hold on. Hold on. This is why I'm. Hey, you know what, yo? I'm done with women. I'm telling y'all straight up, and I ain't talking about having. Let me finish.
Pause.
And I'm talking about I'm talking about.
Okay, that's all I got, y'all. I'm gonna try to put the full link, baby. Shout out to Ali and shout out to Fatty and shout out to Mac Ball. Listen, look, he did have some points, I will say, and I think he's to a point, from what I could gather, is he don't trust women. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of men nowadays don't trust women. When you've seen, he said, look, he's dealt with a lot of women, and he's been the side man. So he see how these women could be in their marriages and all that, and loyal to their husbands, cook and clean, doing everything. The husbands don't suspect a thing. They're in there thinking they got a good woman, and she's going to him and letting him bust her down. You know what I mean? I'm saying that's not a loyal woman. That's not a loyal woman. And I don't think that her husband would say she's a loyal woman if he found out what was happening. They don't have an open marriage. Her commitment was to him, but I do agree with him that there are a lot of women who are in marriages and relationships who are not attracted to their husbands. They're with them for financial reasons, and they'll do what's needed because he's a good guy, but they really attracted to something else. And in this case with Mac Mall, they are attracted to him, and that's where they're going to go get their fix. They're going to go get what they really want and have the best of both worlds. I got a provider. I got a good dude over here, so I'm going to do right by him in that sense. But I'm still going to go and get my back cracked because I need that, because he just can't, do me like him. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are women who exist like that. But I think this is what the expectations are. When you've seen that so much, you think that that's every woman and every dynamic is like that. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. And I'm not... I get the nature of women, and that could be happening. And the fact that he did say too, a woman could, we do women, I think a lot of people change to some degree, but who you are as a person, you don't just completely change completely. I think there are some aspects of in life you change based on things that's happened, or, as you learn and grow, you have a different perspective. And so you change slightly, but I don't think you change overall who you completely are as a whole. No, I think who you are, if you're not a hoish person, you're not just going to turn into a hoe. I don't think that's just what that is. That's why the whole idea of not turning a hoe into a housewife is such a big deal, because once you have them hoe tendencies, pretty much that's who you are. You might curtail them a little bit, but you're going to always go back to that whole nature in my mind. That's what I'm thinking. And if that's what you do, that's what you going to do. It might not be as much, it might be to a lesser or more degree, but that's just in you. You are who you are. I don't think people change completely. I think certain things, certain aspects you change based on your circumstances or whatever, and as you learn and grow. But overall, who you are is who you are. If some people ain't trying to put their bodies on Front Street like that. Some people don't want to be with a whole bunch of, don't need a lot of different cocks. They don't need a lot of different, they don't need to be riding all the CC. Some people don't want to put their bodies on display like that. Everybody is not itching to be for the streets. Everybody's not itching to get ran through. That's not everybody. So, but there are a lot of them who are out there like that. And so I just think he's speaking to his experiences. Mac Mall is speaking to his experiences. That's why he don't trust women. So he's just saying, he's just accepting, oh, this is the nature of most of them. And so long as, look, if you gonna do that, I don't want to know nothing about it. So the woman that he gets, he's saying, listen, if that's what she end up doing, just don't let me know. Let me believe that you ain't doing nothing. If you are, I want to stay with that. That's what he's saying. Because he just believed that all women are gonna do that. You can't force them. You can't make them do anything or change or nothing like that. So I get where he's coming from, but that is sad. It really is. But that's why I said earlier, a lot of men don't trust these women, and they have reason to. Eugene Steele, thank you for the super chat. Says here's what does not make sense. Why do some women lay, let alone get married to men they don't like? Yeah. Thank you, Eugene. I appreciate you. I think because of stability. If he's a man that can provide for her and she wants that, she'll go all in with him because of what he can provide. That's the only reason I could think of. A lot of women will go with a man that they don't really like because he's a provider and she doesn't want to take care of herself. So if he's willing to give her all of the things that she wants in life, she'll be willing to go with him because of that. The same way you have women who go for these old men, go for these sugar daddies. You think these women are attracted to these old ass men? No, they're only there and they'll marry them for a financial gain. That's the only reason. So in my opinion, and from what I've seen, women will go with these guys just because he can provide. He got money. He can give her the world, but she don't really want him. And then that's why they be screwing somebody else. That's why they could go and be there with him, give him what he wanted, and then go give another man, get what she want from another man. That's no different, in my opinion, from women going with them old ass men with the money. You gonna marry the men, they look wrinkly and chin sagging and neck sagging and all that, but you don't care because you don't want them. You just want what he can provide for you. That's why I think they do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy though. Also the pressure of wanting a family or family members pressure a woman to get married, from what I've been told. That could be a reason too, but I mean, so what you're saying is they'll probably just go and just find any person to marry. I think that's a miserable situation to put yourself in, just to go find somebody just to marry and you don't care nothing about them or whatever. Nah, that's miserable. That's sort of like them arranged marriages where you just, somebody you don't, a stranger, y'all just get together because y'all, that's how they do it, and those people be miserable. And I couldn't imagine that. No. So why you ask why men ain't marrying? Now you see why. Families don't pressure anymore. This ain't the 60s. That's true. They don't do that. Half of them ain't even getting married. Looking for a good woman in the club is crazy work. Hey, DeeDee, do you think there's a difference in being promiscuous and being a hoe? I mean, is there a difference between being promiscuous and being a hoe? I mean, is there a difference? I mean, if you're being promiscuous, that means you're sleeping around with a bunch of people, right? Nonstop. You're sleeping around with a bunch of men, right? And you just keep doing that and you're building up a body count. That's the same as being a hoe, right? Mac Ball love being the other man. I can count on one hand how many good women are out there. I mean, I hear you. And this is why I say men don't trust women anymore. There's good women and there's good men, and there's bad women and there's bad men for sure. Russell at home and Future in the streets. There's good women out there, just don't look for them. Thus they will find you in the in unlikely places. Yeah, there may be some good women that exist, but I just think, you know, at this point, I don't even know like what to say, because there are women that are perceived to be good women, but behind closed doors, they're really not. So there is a perception of a good woman, but a lot of times they're no different from the women who are outwardly considered 304s. I gotta say that, because you know what I mean. You realize, damn, she looked like a good girl. She looked like a good one, but really she's not. And she's one of the biggest hoes you could ever find. She just don't put it on Front Street. Like she's hiding. She's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. She appears to be that way, and you may think she is, but then when you realize what's really going on and what's really going down, you be like, oh hell no. So there's a lot of Decepticons walking around. Like a lot of people will fool you and have you believe in one thing and it's not. And so that's why you really gotta like pay attention and really do some deep work, the investigations, because I mean you really gotta know. You just can't go off of a look. All right. Usually there was a time where people look at, oh, she looked like a good girl. She carry herself like it don't matter. That don't mean nothing. Oh, she carry herself like you might be better off just, looking at the woman who don't dress. Maybe, some of these women kind of dress provocatively, but a lot of times they're not what you think. A lot of times there are women who dress, you may look at them and you're like, damn, she a 304. And a lot of times she ain't been ran through like you would think. But it be the ones with the turtlenecks on, covered up, looking wholesome, hair, got the look, but boy, you'll be surprised at that body count. So you can't go by a look all the time. Now, why I don't think you should put yourself out there in a provocative dress, in a provocative manner, and looking like a hoe, because if you don't want to be perceived as one, why would you present yourself that way? But there are a lot of women who just feel comfortable dressing a certain way, and you will be surprised. A lot of times they don't be having no big body. They might have been with one or two people, and you be like, damn. And then the girl that looks wholesome going to church been and slept with 1,000 niggas. So it's tough out here for men, y'all, because y'all just think y'all got it. I mean, y'all don't know. Yeah, it's hard. I couldn't imagine being a single man out in dating in 2026. That's why I say I get it. I'm a person who's for marriage and commitment and want people to get together and stuff, but that's not realistic in this day and age. A lot of men are skeptical, as they should, because the Decepticons are standing by, baby. They don't stand by. They waiting to grab up some unsuspecting dude who don't see their nature or don't know what the hell he's doing. They waiting for the next new Simps to come out. They standing on guard. Trust me, they standing waiting so they can pounce and finesse him with the quickness. So yeah, it's kind of scary. I could see it. Child, I just couldn't do. I mean, Lord. This is why I say the women are going to have to do the proving to the men that y'all ain't no Decepticon, baby. Y'all going to have to really show and prove that y'all are in it for the right reasons, because these men, look, they not, and they trying to get you before you get them. That's another thing. They're like, nah, come on, I'll take you out. Look, come on. And then they're getting what they want and ghosting these women because they ain't taking no chances. So it's just it's a scary situation out here. That's all I'm saying. I couldn't imagine being a man. Santiago Bond 964. Thank you for the super chat. It says, finding a good woman these days is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I honestly think the majority of the good women are already taken. I think the women who are as good as they gonna get are already taken. I do. I think the majority of them are already taken, and I think y'all are looking at what's left out here, and they trying to figure out how to finesse. They've been taught that this is what you should be doing, finessing a man, and this is what y'all got, what they call the leftovers. This is what's left. You got old bras who still think they're 25 and that they can get a rich man. That's what's left. And then they don't want an average man. They don't want a man making decent money, and they want a rich man. They think they can get it, and they're not getting it, and then You know, the men are out here saying, I don't want you old broads, or hell, you ain't no prize. Shit, I'm no prize. I work hard. I pay my bills. I ain't in debt. I don't want you with all these degrees and these damn masculine attitudes. I don't want you telling me how much money you make and you ain't getting none and you better bring this to the table. These men ain't trying. So it's just a hot mess, y'all. I couldn't imagine being a man in 2026 and dating, because child, I don't think I would be dealing with it either. I'd probably be overseas too, trying to just go have me some fun. I'm not trying to commit to nothing. And that's sad, because I love to see that, but the ones who have it, and the ones who don't, they may not get it. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for the super chat, Santiago. Ugly women are cleaner for some reason. Not much attention, perhaps. What in the world? This dude say ugly women are cleaner? I don't know about that, but maybe maybe if that's your experience. I've seen some ugly chicks who are nasty, you understand? And beautiful chicks who are nasty. I've seen them both. And I mean, I've seen some ugly chicks' house be looking like a goddamn tornado to ran through. You hear me? Stuff everywhere. It's not about your looks, it's about you. If you're just nasty, you're just nasty. It don't matter how cute or ugly you are. I've seen there's a whole video out there about that. These baddies, so-called baddies, they look like the baddies, clean, like aesthetic baddie down, bodies, all that, and they nasty. They be having them nails on and dirt be in the nails. They be stink. You walk past and they so pretty, they don't think they have to clean themselves. So, yeah, you might be onto something. Like, but you know, I don't know, child. I don't know what, if you're ugly, you're nasty. If you're cute, you're nasty. It don't matter what you look like. If you nasty, you nasty. It just depends on how these people were raised. Were you raised in a filthy, nasty house and you weren't taught to clean up? I see some gorgeous women just have shit everywhere, and not just stuff everywhere. Because you know, with women, we be trying on clothes and we throw clothes here and there and stuff. You got to put it up, but no, I'm talking about nasty trash on the floor, dirt everywhere, funky. Just nasty, black feet, just nasty. Like, don't clean their cooch in between the cracks or nothing. They don't wipe their ass. They don't do a lot. It's just nasty. And then some of these ones, you might be onto something, because the cute ones think they're so cute they don't need to do it. And a lot of these dudes be nasty too, to be honest, because they be screwing these women. They don't care to tell her she nasty, because they just want to screw. You just want to get the feeling, so you don't tell her, ooh, goddamn, she smells so bad. Y'all go talk about it afterwards. You screw and get off, and knowing she stink, but it's a screw is a screw. I'm just saying. And y'all just sit here and just do that, and then talk about it later, because you don't want to move. Once you're in there, well, so you got to get it off. You know what I'm saying? And y'all knowing they be smelling bad. And then you talk about it after the fact. I'm just saying. So some of these niggas be nasty too. I'm just saying. A lot of them be nasty. Ugly or beautiful women are, yeah, it's just who you are as a person, whether you were taught to be clean or not. A lot of people weren't taught how to clean themselves, and it wasn't a priority, and they just be walking around here stinking, but they be cute as hell, you know? They be cute as hell, but they be stinking. And we've, as women, and I hear women on here talking about it, I have seen it. I've seen ugly women, cute women, mediocre women who are nasty as hell. Go in the women's bathroom, they come out, you see who it is. They throw their little feminine pads on the floor. They piss on the floor. They shit on the floor. Like, you would be surprised. You would think that women should be more cleaner because we have vaginas and you know what I mean? And we're like an open womb down there. It's like you supposed to clean that good and maintain your hygiene and stuff. And I'm not saying, look, everybody, you sweat. Everybody smells at some point. We're human beings. You work out or you sweat or whatever going on. You know, but you go clean yourself, and you don't go out in public like that. You don't go for days without washing your goddamn vagina and cleaning your ass crack. Like, what? And smelling like an old homeless man. Like, you have to clean yourself, and women have to be extra clean, in my opinion, because we have what we have, and you got to clean and freshen yourself up and smell good. Don't just put perfume on your body while you ain't washed in days, because now you smell like old stank perfume. You shouldn't slather your body in perfume and you ain't use no soap and water. That's common knowledge. Clean yourself. You shouldn't be going out here to events and all over and you walk past people like, damn, she stank. Like that shouldn't be a thing. You should be able to wash yourself. You shouldn't be musty and all that. Now, if you was at the gym or you are in a hot environment, I'll give you a look, because we're human beings. I'm not crazy. But you loud musty and you stink and you ain't been running or nothing. You just showed up like that. Like, what? Oh, hell no. There's no excuse for that. Clean your ass, get in some water. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. And I think for women, we should be more focused on our hygiene and stuff. We should, you teach your daughters, clean yourself. You teach, that's something you teach. And some people don't get that teaching, unfortunately. Omni Design Studio 4966, thank you for the super chat. The kitty should not stink. That means she is being reckless. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Listen, look, everybody stinks at some point. You gotta be lying if you don't. You sweat, you smell, or whatever, but you clean it. And if there's nothing wrong with you, soap and water should suffice, or whatever you clean it with should suffice. But if you got some kind of bacteria or some type of disease or something like that, it's going to have a different smell. And a lot of people walk around with bacteria and all kinds of things going on with them. They smell really bad. It's an unusual smell that you smell. And I've smelled that in the women's bathrooms. It's a bunch of chemicals mixed together and they come out smelling like that. And it's really putrid. You know what I mean? Because it's not just, oh, you're sweaty. Thank you for the super chat, Omni Designs. It's not just you're sweaty and that's it. No, it's something else going on and it's very loud. It could be bacteria or some type of infection. And this is why I say with women, we have to be careful because, we can be exposed to a lot of different things. BV, bacteria vaginosis, yeast infections, UTIs. These are a lot of things that women actually experience. And a lot of times you don't experience them just because you're not clean or because you're promiscuous. These are things that women go through. As your body changes, as your hormones change, you could develop these things. Most women go through this in their lifetime. And I think men need to be privy to that too, but it's not always because she's sleeping around or she's nasty. It's just that as women, we already have the potential to go through these different things because we have a vagina and a uterus and all of these things. Women go through these things, don't get me wrong, but there's a difference between going through those things and just being nasty and not cleaning yourself. That's just something totally different. Totally different. Omni Design Studio says there is interior stink and exterior stink. Know the difference. I mean, listen, if you're talking about a woman's vagina, of course, it's a open womb. And depending on what's going on inside, that's why you have to go to get your yearly checkups and things like that to make sure that everything is good, that there's nothing growing in there. Women could have all types of things. You could have cysts growing in your uterus, ovarian cysts, which I've had before. People have, we got to deal with that type of stuff. So you could have ovarian cysts. You can have what's the fibroids, which I've had as well, that grow in your uterus, and it could grow in the lining of your uterus, and it could be very painful. It could cause discharge. It could cause pain, depending on how big they are. A lot of times, sometimes you have to have them removed because it causes you to have heavy periods. There's a lot of stuff that women go through that I don't think men don't have to go through. So while I'm a woman and I understand that, and so I understand the different things that women experience with their vaginas and their bodies, and it's not all just because you're nasty, it's things that your body can go through. But once again, there is a difference between you just not cleaning and you having some other issues that are out of your control that have to be taken care of by a doctor. So men, y'all don't have to deal with that. Y'all just hanging out. Y'all don't have to deal with the stuff we go through. So there's a lot of things women go through, a lot of changes women go through. And sometimes it comes with certain things. And it could come with a smell. It could come with a discharge and things of that nature. I don't know why I'm getting here, but I'm just saying. And men have to understand that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just being nasty. Because those things you go to the doctor and sometimes you have to take antibiotics. Sometimes you have to have surgeries. You have to have those things removed. There's a lot of shit that we got to go through with these vaginas. It's not just, just a vagina. No, it's a lot going on in there. So you have to take care of yourself. But just being nasty is a whole nother thing. When your vagina ain't got nothing to do with you having black feet, dirty black feet, because you ain't never took a bath or a shower, or your ears are filled with wax and behind your ears got dirt on them and your face is discolored because you haven't scrubbed your skin and it's dirty. You know, your armpits are musty and you got hair up underneath there and you just stink. Like there's no excuse for none of that. You know? Ooh, Lord, hard being a woman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Women go through a lot of things that is beyond their control. That, you know, the vagina is not just a vagina to just screw. No, it's a lot going on with it. So I will say that. It ain't just, something sitting there just for you screw. No, because we are designed a certain way, it's a lot going on. It is there's things that's happening in the inside as well as the outside. So yeah, that's why you have to go get it checked. You got to get it. You got to get your pap smears and all these things because you got to check for ovarian cancers and all these kinds of shit that we got to worry about. Y'all don't have to worry about that. So it's not just the a tool for banging. It's got a lot of other things that we gotta be concerned about with that thing. I'm just saying. And Roddy, that's why that's not good. That's why, and that's why that's not good. On top of all, that's why they be smelling like that, because all the things and then you develop all of these things too when you are exposing yourself to all them different men and all them different things. All of that just makes it worse. That's why it's not designed for you to do all of that. You're not supposed to be raw dogging Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and all of the rest. That's why you're not supposed to be doing that. But they realize that's why they're talking about it now. And that's why they're saying these women go and get these wax, go and get their bodies waxed, their vaginas waxed. And the ladies in there saying, oh my God, it's a stank fest. They got tissue in their butt, poop in their butts. They got stuff in their vagina. They're not clean. Like, they're just nasty. They say they checked out. They said, child, I'm done. I'm not doing nothing to it. And then they go open their legs and want these people to do these wax. You worried about waxing, and there's a whole lot more you should be worried about. But that's why that's not good. I'm just saying, y'all. But anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. I appreciate y'all for being here. Listen, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. Make sure you guys are supporting the channel by watching the videos that are already posted on the channel, y'all. Make sure you are hyping those videos up as well. Also, if you are new in the building but you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Make sure you are supporting in that way, y'all. Listen, hit the like button on your way out. Hit the like button on your way out, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Stay tuned for more to come, y'all. Make sure you are liking the videos and watching them, y'all. We want to get the numbers up on the videos that are already posted. I try to post videos every single day, so make sure you are supporting those videos as well. But shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay tuned for more. And guess what? I will see y'all in the next one. All right? See y'all later. Mwah. Bye.
DeeDeesReactions. DeeDeesReactions. I hope you enjoyed the show. Like, share, subscribe. You know it's a vibe. Like, share, subscribe. 'Cause you know it's a vibe. It's DeeDeesReactions. Tell a friend, it's DeeDeesReactions. It's DeeDeesReactions. DeeDeesReactions. Later.